Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Buonasera, and welcome to our Palermo Portobellos Draft to Glory expansion series here on Hockey Legacy Manager 26, as we will now be moving into our 10th season here in Palermo. It's been a long road on a Draft to Glory, especially in HLM. It's taken us 10 years, but it looks like we may finally just be postseason bound. We now have a team of 85, 84, 87 in offense, defense, and goaltending ratings, respectively. We just finished at the bottom of the NHL again, but after our winningest season going 27, 51, and 4. So a lot to be excited about. Hobbsy, welcome in, one of our channel members. Welcome in. We weren't live last Monday. I know a lot of people are disappointed because I wasn't in town on Monday. So now we're getting back to it. We were just getting on the edge of something, and then we couldn't go live. So we're back, and we're ready to get into what will hopefully be maybe like the second half of this build. The first 10 years was the struggle. The next 10 years, the dynasty, perhaps. So we'll get live. Well, we're live now. We'll get started really in the next maybe couple minutes. Let people start coming in. Jenzy McKenzie, welcome to the stream. Let me try and see. Can I click on, hold on, Palermo, and show you our team history here? Yes, I can. So Palermo, our winningest season in franchise history, 2 wins, 4 wins, 9, down to 6, back up to 10, back-to-back seasons of 10 wins, then 16 wins, and boom, finally 27 wins. We won 27, 51, and 4 last year. Best season in franchise history, and continued growth in our stars. Hakanson 87, Dupont 89, Bergman, huge surprise, up to an 88, a guy who was a second-round pick back in 2028. Some surprise growth. That's the exciting part of this Draft to Glory series, the surprises that come out of it. So we'll get into what will be the entirety of year number 10 here for episode number 8 of our franchise or career mode series, we can call it. And the big news, I could click go to draft. Yes, we have started off really bad, but we never got the unfortunate 0-82. Yes, somehow we still won those 2 games. We really, really, really want Silvano Marini from Pistoia, an Italian going first overall. I don't know how that happens. I don't know if it's because we've been in the league. I mean, he wasn't born. I don't know. I wonder if it has to do with us and our success in Italy, or if it's just the surprise of an Italian going first overall. I don't know what it is. But yeah, as Seal says here, time to sell the farm for Marini. I don't think there's a universe where we can't take him, but could it be possible that it just doesn't happen because there's no way that the what team is it? The Devils want to do it? That's also possible. So, yeah, I would think he's absolute elite potential. That's what I would think. I would go crazy for absolute franchise, but he's probably absolute elite. Now, will the Devils trade that if we give the right amount of value, or is it just impossible no matter what? Like, if we gave our entire draft class, we're still not even close, right? Yeah, we're not even close. So we're definitely going to give up our first at the 3rd overall pick. So it jump from 3 to 1. That's already what we're giving, but it's not that much for the Devils. We got to start thinking about where can we think creatively, perhaps. So Marini would be a center, and you would think that he makes the NHL right away. So if he's making the NHL right away, we can think about what does that do to our center depth? Can we trade a centerman, right? The New Jersey Italian community is going to riot when they trade the pick. That is very true. Lots of Italians in New Jersey, and they will burn the stadium to the ground. Oh, goodness. So we're causing some geopolitical issues here, but we don't care. So first overall, first pick, 3rd overall. Thinking about our center depth here. So Rubric, Englund, Carlotti. Who of these guys could we consider moving out? None of the guys are like true centermen. Ryan Rubric is a centerman, not with great faceoffs. Maybe the goalie prospect, Curry, Oten, 2 firsts, and Ahinen. That might be it. You might have just read my mind right there. Let's start thinking about, maybe I didn't think about this last episode. What if we did trade a centerman, a guy like Englund, who's been a winger, who's a 2-way forward, doesn't fit the chemistry as much. Brock Englund's had some crazy growth, 78 up to 86, but he's been like a 40-point guy. It's great to see that he's grown from a 2nd-round pick to being an 86 overall, the 72nd ranked player, but his faceoffs are 39. He's been more of a winger for us. If you look at our forwards, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if we were to take someone, I don't know, in this range with a lot of value, kind of like a Garcia. Garcia has 39 faceoffs as well. Benjamin Garcia, another guy who was drafted in the 2nd round. I don't know. There's a lot of directions we can go in here. If we're thinking centerman, then maybe it could be Englund. Maybe it could be Carlotti, who's dropped to top 9 potential. Carlotti, what a guy, what a career he's had in Palermo. 72 points a couple of years ago, then drops to 63, drops to 60, and his potential drops from high elite to high top 9. We spent the 3rd overall pick on this guy. So if we did put Carlotti into the deal, it doesn't really move things that much, but it does move it. Enseal says maybe the goalie prospect. Yeah. So looking at our goaltending here, we know that Ellsworth will be our starter next season as an 88 overall. Oten as an 82. Maybe he needs to move out. Or can he stay there with the starter potential? And one of these elite guys who need to breathe a little bit more, they end up being the one who goes. Curry or Catala. Catala is 1 year younger and 7 overall less, and has a high amount of value. So I could see Catala being the guy. Still doesn't quite get it done, but it moves it a little bit more. So Carlotti, Catala, and a first, 3rd overall. Then we would think first next year for sure. Yeah, and also Ahinen. So looking at our defense, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's with Vigo Hjort right now. Ahinen, who's kind of stagnated and dropped down. I think it was medium top 4. He's now medium top 6. If Woodward's going to need a spot in the top 4, Ahinen would probably be the guy who gets bumped out. So, and then even Hjort's going to be coming soon. Grinberg is coming soon. That would mean that maybe Watts is out in the near future. But I could see Ahinen also going, just that it doesn't do enough. So Ahinen, Carlotti, Catala, and if we put 2 firsts, that still just does not get it done. I love seeing the values like this, but I don't think it's going to go through. So I think we have the green light to at least send this offer. First this year, first next year. Ahinen and Carlotti, who could not our excess, but we could see that they have a spot that could, we could replaceable. Maybe that's the word we could say. If we expect to be a playoff team soon, maybe we keep next year's first and sell in the first 2 years. Maybe. Cagney, what am I stepping into here? We're thinking about what we can do to get Marini, the Silvano Marini, the Italian, going first overall. Okay, so if we take out the 2035 first, and we say the 2036 first, let's say, but they don't want the 2036 first. They want the 2035 first. That's what they want. I don't think they would do this anyways. But if we send this trade offer, they say trade declined, right? So do we trade for the 2nd overall pick and then trade for the 1st overall pick? Would that do anything for us? Maybe that would help out, or would that just be wasting value? Like if we wanted to move up to Minnesota's pick, yeah, that would take a lot of value as well. Like if we give them Ahinen, no, if we give them the same package, I bet they won't even do that same package actually. Carlotti, Catala. No, I bet they wouldn't do this. Maybe, but then we have the 2nd overall pick and nothing else to trade. So what would be the point, right? So New Jersey. Is there a way that we force the trade? I don't think we should, but I'm tempted to. Maybe we have to trade Hjort instead of Ahinen. If we traded Hjort first, Catala, Carlotti. I mean, they don't want Carlotti. So what if we did put Ahinen, but then put someone with higher value who they want? Oops. So if we did put Ahinen, where is he? There he is. If we put Ahinen, and then our last piece is someone that they want, sorting by trade value. Wouldn't want to move Nickel, Noam Donash, Bergman. He's our highest overall guy. Power forward. Garcia's a great prospect. Uskenbeev, Heckel, Lovik. Maybe we have to trade Heckel. I don't know. I still don't think it would go through. What if we put Heckel instead? This still wouldn't go through, I don't think. But these are all pieces that they want, and still trade declined. Is there a universe where we can force the trade? Probably not. I wish we could add more pieces. Why can't we add more pieces? I mean, can we take back negative value from the Devils? We could take back Jesper Bratt, but he has a no move clause. But it's letting me click on him, so maybe they would do it. Maybe they would do this. Hold on, let me take out a next year's first, just to check here. No, prevents a trade to this team, so we can't even do that. Unless we could facilitate as a 3-team trade, where could Jesper Bratt go to? Jesper Bratt could go to nowhere. Full no move clause. Brutal. Maybe Curry and a high starter goalie prospect and take out Catala and Heckel. I don't think that would change much, but we could try it. So you're saying Catala, Heckel out. Catala, Heckel out. And add Curry and a high starter goalie prospect. Curry and a high starter. It'll probably be Strong. Don't think that goes through. But we send it, still decline. No. That Jesper Bratt contract. I don't know why. How do you get him to waive, you know? I guess you don't. Let's go back to this. If I say Catala and... I mean, Catala versus Curry. I'd rather take the medium elite who's 7 overall higher. And we'll throw in Heckel, we said. No one else who has negative value here. Oops. In New Jersey. Just Jesper Bratt, who won't move. How can you make him move? I don't think you can, right? Like, I'll take Matty Beniers and his $8 million who you want to trade, but then that adds value to you. You want to trade Matty Beniers. Still declined. Who else they really want to get rid of? Nico Hischier, no, it's a full no move clause. Wondering if it's cheaper to trade for Marini after the selection is made. You know what? That's a great point. That is a great point. Maybe we do that. I think that's what we got to do. So, yes, that's exactly what we're going to do. No matter, we're committing right now, even if it's absolute 4th line forward, semi-pro potential, I think that's what we have to do because the game just doesn't understand. So let's start the draft and get to pick 3. Here we go. So we're going to cross our fingers. Maybe we don't get him, but I'm crossing our fingers for Marini. It might be just also would be bending the rules. That's it. It's either we force the trade through or we still give them a lot of value. And whatever. So Marini, 76, absolute elite. I think it's a time to bend the... If this is ever a time to bend the rules, I guess that's it. Wade goes next. Okay, so we have 3 minutes. We go to New Jersey. Silvano Marini. Hold on a second. So we go to New Jersey. The trade is still here. They no longer have that pick. They do have Marini. Anin, Catala, Heckel, and those 2 firsts. Okay? Same package. Same package. New Jersey. Let's go! Silvano Marini! Oh, yes. Welcome to Palermo. Whew, huge package, 2 firsts, elite prospects, but we bring him in. We got him. The Italian is here. Silvano Marini from Pistoia. Benvenuto. Benvenuto, fratello mio. 92 points with Windsor. Silvano. It took a lot, but I think it's going to be worth it. And as bending as it was, I wouldn't call it cheese. Cheese would be if we force it through or if we gave things that they didn't want, whatever. We gave them all things that they wanted. We're giving more value than we're getting, at least in the value bar. And it's just a different way. The game won't trade the pick, but they will trade the prospect. It's the same thing. It's the exact same amount of value. It's not that, okay, now it's Marini and the value dropped. It was the same amount of value, just that the game wouldn't trade the pick, but it would trade a prospect. So honestly, like bottom of my heart, I sleep well tonight. I think that's not a problem. Future Hall of Famer, we sure hope so. All right, so we don't pick now until 34, and next year no first, which is going to be brutal, but we're hoping to be a better team, right? He's 76 overall out of the gate. Will he grow higher than that by the start of the season? We sure hope so. The Tuscan Terror. You know what they say about Tuscany? Not a single house to be had. All right, let's sim to user pick. Get sim a few of these. There was low elite. There's medium top 6 at number 5. Ouch. Medium top 4D. Medium top 9 forward. Yeah. Okay. Not the craziest class, but now it's getting a bit better. Medium top, high top. Okay. So we go to our pick here. Depth potential just went at 33. Lovely. Depth potential just went. Now we have a chance here at 34 to do something. So there's Sparks, low 85 potential. Fam, a hybrid goalie. We just Traded away a goalie prospect. Do we take another? There's even who's this? Karklands, a high goalie prospect. Let's look at the whole list here. So for me, it probably comes down to Sparks, Pham, Baranka, Karklands, Cherry as a centerman. We have so many centermen in our system, though. Maybe Pham. You want the medium potential or the high potential? 51-51 is Pham's overall. Offense, defense. I don't know why it's offense, but 51-51. Karklands is 61-61. How are the numbers looking here? That's a tough one. Baranka says Jenzy McKenzie. Martin Baranka, but a two-way forward, though. Might he be low elite? Let's say we know it's low elite and he's medium starter or medium elite. Even if he's medium starter, is Pham better? Karkland at 85 might be medium starter. It's a 50-50. Yeah, that's dangerous as well. High medium starter. What if this guy's just medium starter? Baranka being a two-way forward, but the 63 means his overall at least will be decent out of the gate, probably. But then look at this guy, 62, 66, and his potential is 73. So it's never a slam dunk on either side. Minute 18 to think about it here. A guy with depth potential just went. Ooh, high elite Tessier went. Whoa, to the Capitals. 34, these are the two big picks. After that, it's just throwing darts with 34 and 67. Silvano Marini. Any other AGM thoughts on this? Stan Sparks, 73 points with Prince George. Also of interest, I would say. Right wing, two-way forward. We don't really need another goalie. Are there other goalies later on? You know what? There are other goalies later on. Pham or Cherry will probably bring the most value. If they don't fit, we can trade them for future picks. Yeah, if it would be Cherry 60-58 versus Baranka 60. Okay, you know what? I'm going to go with Gen Z. There's times where I haven't gone with Gen Z and it's bitten me. So you know what? Baranka. Martin Baranka. Here we go. There's other goalies later on. We'll take a chance on them. Martin Baranka, low top 6 potential. Okay, low top 6 potential. Welcome to the team. Cherry also tempting. We have so many centermen. Okay, who else was out here? Fourth line potential, depth potential. Stastny was starter potential. Carlson depth potential. Oh my goodness, look at these guys. Who else were we thinking about? Depth potential, 7th D potential. Oh my goodness. 4th line potential, depth potential, 4th line potential, 7th D potential, 7th D potential, top 9 potential. Sparks is still here. Depth potential, 4th line potential, top 9 potential, still going. Top 9, depth. Sparks finally goes. He was a low top 6 forward. So yeah, it was low top 6 versus low top 6. What a great pick for the Kraken, though. Picard. Pham was medium starter. All right, so Pham was a medium starter. The guy at 32 is still here. Then he goes low top 6D. Karklands was medium starter. We made the right call. Nice catch there, NSeals. McKay, medium starter. Lund, let's sim to user. Starter, depth. Okay, so now, and who else went there? And no one else we were looking at, right? That much. Low starter. Okay, so now we pick at 67. We could go President. I don't know about that. Ali, 87. Clifford Ali, 87 potential overall. Cherry also still there too. That's true. I didn't catch that. Cherry's still out there. Goalie like Delorier, Eric Delorier. If we take a goalie, it would be now Alfredson or Delorier. Or do we go for Cherry? We do have some decent goalies in our system, but do we want more? I mean, Cherry with a third doesn't hurt me as much as Cherry with a second. Cagney said go Cherry with a second. Now here we are with our third. So if Cagney says Cherry at 34 and he's still there at 67, I mean, you probably go Cherry. He dropped 14 spots. He was ranked, what, 32nd? He dropped to 46. Brandon Cherry. All right, let's do it. I wasn't Cherry or Ali, yes. Cherry or Ali. He jumped 29 spots. He dropped 14 spots. That's true. I didn't even think I totally forgot about Ali as soon as I started thinking about Cherry. Cherry and Ali's a toss up. Tough. I don't recall our D depth. Look at the depth chart. Here it is. Look at our center depth, right? Not all these guys are center. Wow, look at the center depth versus the defense. We have a lot of defense too, but just like no left wingers and a million centermen. A lot of these guys are center left wing or something like that. But still, just to say. Gen Z thinks Cherry. More of a positional need would be Ali. Okay, I'm going to say let's go Cherry. And we're going to cross our fingers that Ali was just like medium top 6D. All right. Brandon Cherry, welcome to the team. Medium top 6 potential. That is solid. That is solid. Now, what was Ali? We're all over the place. Ali Ababwa, let's see. Erwin Villanueva. Charette. Horrible guys going here. Medium top 4D. Prince Ali, where are you, Prince Ali? Chenko's, even that goalie. Yeah, we didn't see that goal. Let's keep an eye on him. Top 6 forwards, yes. Woodward, depth potential. Horrible picks. Grachev had depth potential. Ali had medium top 4D potential. All right, so top 6 forward versus top 4D. It just came down to what did we want to take there. Now, where are those goalies going to be? Alfredson and Delorier. Alfredson was medium starter. Delorier was a high mid starter. All right, so again, I think we made the right pick there. It was really a toss-up. Either pick would have been good between Cherry and Ali. Now, here we go. You know what? Still some potential out here. So either of these guys, the sniper or the two-way D. Yeah, the sniper or the two-way D. It's going to be Maramaki or Woods. Timu Mariamaki or Chris Woods. Great value at 99. Who went at 99? 99 was, oh yeah, for Ali. Okay. Woods, everyone's on Woods. All right. Chris Woods, welcome to Palermo. Medium 7th D. Wonderful. And Marmak, medium top 9, both 46 overall. Yeah, neither of them were super good. 166. 82 potential sniper, up 865 spots. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and take him. Josef Starosta. He is 4th line. 4th line potential. 177. 177. 84 for Fletcher. Yeah, Fletcher's the guy, even if it's red. Trevor Fletcher. Low 4th line potential. Ugly. But these last picks are just whatever picks. And is this our last one? Unfortunately, no low elites available down this far in the draft, most likely. Yeah, probably not. High semi-pro potential, maybe, for Klemenko, ranked 2,351. What this guy's 53, 52. 62 and 60 for this guy, good. Potential overall of 71, but probably not bad out of the gate. Sure. Floyd, good. Is it a good pick? Depth potential and 61 overall. Sure. All right, that's the draft. So a couple of top 6 forwards, and that was the main thing. Marini being the big one. Lower potential guys will become very helpful once more the players are looking for extensions. That's true. Can't all have our top guys forever. So there we go. There is the 2034 draft. Silvano Marini. Welcome to Palermo. Are we postseason bound? Is he playing in year 1? We get to keep Karlalti, but Ahinen out, couple firsts out, Katala out, and Heckel, who is a good prospect for us too, also out. All right, on to contract extensions now. And get ready for year number 10. So let's see, expiring. So Ellsworth needs his contract for sure. Do we have to start being mindful? We still have 81 million at cap space, so I guess not that mindful. Yeah, we can go 8 years on him. Sure. 8 years. How far down can we go here? 8 years at 8 by 11. Yeah, 8 by 11 we could do, I bet. 8x11. Here is a 5-team. The clause will only be okay. Hold on. No trade clause, yeah. Modified no trade clause, that's what I meant to say. 10-team no trade clause. How far can we get it down? Not that much more, eh? A little bit more. 10.75 maybe. Yeah. So say 8x10 point. Even 6.5. 10.65 for 8 years. Let's see if he likes that. Next, England. 6 years. No, we can go 8 years on him as well. Anyone need to trade out for picks? No problem. I don't mind giving 8 years. 10-team no trade list. That's okay. 8x8.75. Let's send that on him. Big year for contracts. Nickel jumps quite a bit, eh? So let's give him his 2 years, and then we'll come back to him when his big payday comes. 2 years at 8.85. Carlalti, who really disappointed us. Actually, we could go long term on him. Yeah, 8x6. Yeah. We go even lower than that. 8x5, maybe. 8 by. Can I get just the exact thing? No, I can't. Eh? I can't get exactly. That's gonna hurt my soul. 5005. I can't do it. Carlotti. I gotta click all the way down now. Click. All the way to 8.5. All right. Sorry, 5. 8 years for 5. 8 years, 5 million. Take your 10-team no trade. There you go. All right, Rausa. We've loved having Rausa. He's been a good surprise for us. I wouldn't mind 3 years on the Rausa. But you know what? He's a bit more of a question mark with how guys are going to be developing, so let's not commit too much yet. 3.85 for him. Silvano Marini, do we sign him right away? That'll be a question. So let's advance the day first. Everyone accepts. Great. Okay. That brings us to still a lot of cap space. So thinking about the forwards first. All forwards. So Bergman sign-on has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, Palermo Day. Welcome, Mr. Brian Michalak. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. No, it's not enough. So we sold. So Torquio can stay. 1 year, 1.25. Marina is a question mark. Crawford, depth potential. Going to watch later. Get these boys going data. 40 wins or bust. Thank you. That's what we'll be hoping for. That is the goal. We have enough contract spots. It might be time to start letting some guys go. Like Vitalinas with depth potential at 26. A guy like him might be time for him to go. Then on defense, Tremblay 27, 71. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have our 6. Grinbergs will be in the NHL. Tremblay could just be an extra. Tremblay could probably be 7th D, but he doesn't even have interest. So, Tremblay is going to walk. This is our first drafted guy who will go to free agency. There might be others this off season. But Louis-Alex Tremblay, who was a 7th round pick in 2026. Look at that. 426 games played as a Portobello. Wow, we salute you, sir. Thank you for your service. 50 points, a negative 448. Louis-Alex, bonne chance, mon ami, et merci pour tout le mémoire. We'll let him go. Releasing Louis-Alex. I think Paju's going to walk as well. Aaron Paju, another one of the originals. One of the close to originals, I suppose. He was a 7th round pick in 2026. 207 games played in the NHL, 25 points, negative 183. We salute you, my friend. All right, so now Andreevsky, whether or not he plays, he can get a contract. Mason, I wouldn't mind signing him for 1 year. And then some of the older guys will have to sign too, but let's come back to them. And finally, the goalies. So starter, backup is Oten, or it's going to be a tough question here. And Rita, 26 with minor potential. We're going to let Rita walk now. Yerky Rita, who was a 5th round pick in 2026, 37 appearances in the NHL, allowing 244 goals above expected. You what? In 37 appearances? All right, Yerky Rita, good luck and thank you. Now back to all and expiring and look at age. Calto's probably going to go as well. Who are the unsigned guys? Yeah, these 21-year-olds. Top 6 potential. Krupp. Hildebrand. Krupp. Yeah. He can get a contract at 21. Kelly Washington. Contract. 21, 62 with top 9 potential. Contract. All right, advance a day. There we go. That brings us to 42 contracts. We have 8 contracts left. 8 contracts left. Marini might need one of them. Vitalinish, we're going to let walk. I think. I don't know why it won't let me click on them. Daniil Vitalinish, who was a 7th round pick in 2028. 54 games played in the NHL. Lots of awards in his career. He will walk. 8 contract spots left. Barabanov, probably not going to stick. Calto, we're going to let Calto walk as well. Oni Calto, a 6th round pick in 2026, 27 points in 238 career games in the NHL. Thank you for your service to the Palermo movement. Oni Calto. Somervoy, we're going to let him walk too. A 7th round pick in 2026, 22 points in 156 NHL games. A lot of sad goodbyes here. Okay, so we got to keep some guys for the AHL, I guess. We still have 8 contract spots, so may as well sign all these guys. Barabanov, Vananen, and Seymour can all get their contracts. And then again, older guys, 21 Cook. Yeah, may as well sign him. Probably won't stick, but we'll sign him. And then like a Payne is 20. Do you want to sign him and put him somewhere to control his development? Probably. Oliver Payne will do that. Maybe we stop there. Okay. Are we good with stopping there? That brings us to 47 contracts. We have our forwards ready to go. Marini is still a question mark. Lovic we probably won't sign. On defense, we have our 6 up to Grinberg's there. Woodward will play a top 4 role. We have some extras, unsigned guys. Boyko might need a contract. I think that's probably good. Boyko might get a contract. Let's advance and start. Let's see what kind of growth happens over the offseason as well. But those are the main things. No one's going to be expiring who we wanted to expire. And now we can get ready to move into Michael Misa. Woo, big free agents. Move into the rest of the offseason, the Hall of Fame vote, all that good stuff. Who will be the Hall of Fame class here in 2034? Always exciting to see. Guys we've been trying to get in for months now, or years in this universe. All right, same to Hall of Fame. No, thank you. No, thank you. We don't make trades here in Palermo. We don't make trades in Palermo. Bobrovsky, Doughty, Panarin, Markstrom, and Toffoli all eligible for the Hockey Hall of Fame. So let's see. So last year's class was stacked. Crosby, Hedman, Giroux, and Letang. Who gets the nomination this year? So Marchand, Doughty, Panarin. These guys were already getting nominated without us. Who do we nominate who might not otherwise get that nomination? Vinny Damphousse is still waiting to make it to the Hall of Fame, but more stacked players have just gone ahead of him. Sergei Bobrovsky is a shoo-in as well, you would think. Does Pecorino? Maybe Pecorino gets our vote. Cam Ward out here. I think it might be Pecorino who gets our nomination. Chris Osgood, of course. Osgood, 50 less wins, but like 200 less starts. That's true. Numbers weren't as crazy. Goals saved above expected. 478. We'll give Rena the nomination. I don't think he'll get in, but we'll give Rena the nomination. So many players in the skaters, millions here that you could nominate. Rick Nash, guys like that. Joe Pavelski, who continues to get buried every year. If you sort by points, Tyler Toffoli 54th in the ratings there, but he had, whoa, Tyler Toffoli, low-key might be a guy we nominate. What? Tyler Toffoli. Oh, 7. Wait, did I read that wrong? Was I sorting by games played or something? No, it says he has 1,329 points. Oh, wait, NHL points? I bet it's that. NHL points versus other points. Maybe that's what it is. All right, Pecorino. You're our nomination. So there you see, yeah. 683 games in the NHL. That's odd. Okay, whatever. So the nominations will be, I think we got to give it to Sergei Bobrovsky for sure. I think he's a first ballot. Is Brad Marchand going to make it in his third year of eligibility? 1,000 points. I think Drew Doughty is a lock as well with his cups and gold medals and all that. 4 golds. Look at that. Artemi Panarin. Duncan Keith still waiting for it as well. I wonder if our ballot might look like this. Could it be? Bobrovsky, Doughty, Panarin, and Keith? Keith, man, those golds, that career as a defenseman, not all about the points. But it's hard not to vote for Brad Marchand either. Looking at his 4 golds and 1,000 points in the NHL. The same for Matt Duchene, but 200 less games for Marchand. Maybe take off Keith and put Marchand, or is it too basic to vote for those top 4 guys? John Carlson tempting as well in his 4th year. John Carlson. But look at Carlson. He scored more points than Doughty in 200 less games. But this is the Hockey Hall of Fame, not just the NHL Hall of Fame. Doughty has those golds and all that. I'd almost go Carlson over Doughty then, maybe. Is Drew Doughty a first ballot Hall of Famer? These are tough questions. AGMs, what are you thinking? Then even Vinny Damphousse with his 1,200 points still waiting to get in. More than 9 years of eligibility now. Panarin is over point per game in his career. Maybe no. Maybe it's Bobrovsky, Marchand, Panarin, and Carlson. Tough one. All right, I'm going to call this my ballot. The GM data ballot is as follows. Bobrovsky, Marchand, Panarin, and Carlson. All right, confirm the votes. Bobrovsky, Marchand, and Doughty make it to the Hockey Hall of Fame. So Bobrovsky, unanimous first year of eligibility, first ballot Hall of Famer. Brad Marchand, in his 3rd year of eligibility, gets all 33 votes. And Drew Doughty, 32 out of 33 votes. As Palermo, the lone team not to vote for him, he makes it into the Hall. So 2034 Hall of Fame inductees are Bobrovsky, Marchand, and Doughty. Tough. It just gets harder and harder with every passing year. But Sergei Bobrovsky goes in now the 6th winningest goalie in the Hockey Hall of Fame. Could it be? No. The 3rd winningest goalie in the Hockey Hall of Fame. That's crazy. All right. Keep on sending to next season now, and let's cross our fingers for that off-season growth. The off-season lottery. 40-goal year from Noam Donash, 44 assists from Dupont, 74 points from Noam Donash. And now we're going to try to not only break 27 wins, but push for a postseason spot. All right, so Chicago won the Stanley Cup. They beat Toronto in the Cup final. Dylan Guenther continues to be a machine there in Utah. Anderson Yonk with 81 assists. Okay. He led the league in points even. What? There was a huge trade, of course. Ahanin, Katala, Heckel, and those 2 firsts going for Marini. Some big trades here. First, 2 firsts, a second, and a prospect to St. Louis for Lindstein. Huh. Big contracts here. Mitchkov 7 by 15.6. Lindstein big extension with Seattle. All right, and now here we go to the preseason. This is it. Cross your fingers, cross your toes. Leave a like for some good luck. Here we go. Sim to the preseason. Off-season growth is now. And we see some good things right away. Okay, Brandon Cook with his minor potential +8, whatever. Ramsey +7. Ellsworth, whoa, +4. 92 overall with starter potential. Colin Ellsworth. Okay. Yarvempa 64, Mackin there. Noam Donash, our first 90 overall skater. Yeah, with his high league potential. Eddie Black 82. Marini up to a 79. Does he make the NHL right away? That's a question mark. Green, Fletcher, Lovick. Who else? Kane +2, Starosta +2, we just drafted. Oten +1, 83 overall backup. We're going to need a 92 overall goalie to carry us. Rutu 75, Trummer. Plansard down 1. That's all right. Go to player development. Let's check this out. Who dropped? Let's see. What can we be disgusted with? So Barabanov, minor, yes. Zupon with his top 4 potential. Carlotti with his top 9 potential. Cook, minor potential. Rubric is now locked in the top 6 potential. Yes. Watts up to top 4 once upon a time. And those plants are dropped by 1. Everyone else with the pluses. Good. Why did Ellsworth drop in potential again? Great question. I think, was it an injury? Could it be? Crazy for a starter potential to get to 92 overall, though. Colin Ellsworth. What is he? Was he a 3rd round pick? Oops. Come on. Ellsworth, thank you. Colin Ellsworth at 25 years of age, a 4th round pick back in 2027, 92 overall, the 5th highest overall goalie in the league. We have Kosa, Lascelles, and then Augustine, Ivankovic, and everyone else with elite or franchise potential, all the way down to Martinez with starter potential there. That is crazy stuff. Colin Ellsworth, we love you. All right, big growth, big growth. Oh, did I not take care of the staff again? I think I did that again. Yeah, I did that again. Oh, great. That's okay. So we need a new head scout. Let's take care of this. New head scout. Who's in which area? Preferably, we have Canada. We have US. Preferably, probably rest of the world. Could it be? Let's see. Scouting. No one's that good, eh? So it's the highest. Only a 13. What? 13 is the highest. Okay, so we have to promote someone else to be our head scout, I guess. But can we see their... if they have any things? No. Has no unlocked specialties. Bozak. Volchenkov. No unlocked specialties. Jocelyn. No unlocked specialties. Kempuri, no. Well, Plus was our head scout once upon a time, right? Why won't it show it to us, though? So we might have some. Just it won't tell us. Hey, that's brutal. I mean, you could just hire a scout. And for their, yeah, they're not really our head scout in terms of skill, just in terms of they have the specialties. Workload and gem. If we hire this guy to be head scout, that's my bad. I should have taken care of that in the season. Rod Pelly has workload and gem or whatever it's called. Active specialties. Pelly. Those are both active, right? Okay, so that's good. Specialty tree. Do we have enough to do anything here? Yeah, we do. Who's Gotch again? So active specialties for Gotch, we have experience, This guy don't take a hit without Intel specialty. Oh my goodness. So we'll have to find someone with Intel then. Facilitates trades by 1%. So performance in the playoffs by 1.25%. That'll be needed. Do we want to get any of these other ones for our AGM, for our assistant GM here? The last guy had 10% boost at Intel 2. No, it can't be. What? We had Intel 2. No. What's wrong with me? And no one else has anything. Okay, hold on. There's Intel, but is there Intel 2? Intel 1 for Viborni. Le Cavalier. Oduya. Tremblay. Oh, wait, was it Jovanovski? Yes, it was Jovanovski. Woo! Thank goodness. Okay, Pelly, you're out. Okay, here we go. Quick work of this. Here we go. Ed Jovanovski. Yeah, I remember now it was Jovanovski. Ed Jovanovski, head scout, Intel 2, welcome back. Okay, so he's there. Scouts are full. Medical staff. We have recovery. We need someone who's better for prevention. Yeah, last year that was a problem. We need guys who are better for prevention. Prevention, 17. This guy's 13. Samuelson, physio, boom. Declined. Extra 100K just because I like you. Good. Hire one more. Not a head physio, though. Just wait. Sorry, did we hire a head physio there by accident? I mean, he doesn't care, I guess. Okay, fine. Physio. You can hire one more, even though it says 3, you have one more. Physio. Yakovov? Is that who we signed? No, Samuelson's who we signed. So 16, 15. Someone who's probably real deal prime. Welcome on board, buddy. Physio. Yes. Not head physio, though. No more head. Oh, Sullivan, probably. It'd probably be disingenuous to take more head physios as physios. That's true. We've had Sullivan before. Okay. So this will be our staff here, probably. For the physios. Actually, we have one more scouting spot. So we have Jovanovski for Canada, Bozak for Canada. Hold on. Or we can't start scouting yet anyways. Can we just hire a scout then? Best scout available is this guy ranked 13. We already had Pelly, just not as head scout. Declined. There you go. Wouldn't it be a Palermo if Data didn't forget the staff? For real, man. At the end of this video, got to do better than that. So Turingi stays, Oates stays. What else do we need here? Staff-wise. Someone who's better at we need development. We need development for sure. Development, coaching, head coach. No. Barakowski with the 18, but bad at power play and penalty kill. That's the problem. This guy is 10 and 9. This guy is 10 and 11. This guy is 13 and 17. Jan Heda. Welcome, Jan Heda. Yes. Yeah, and get in the NHL. He's been in the AHL a lot. What are you saying? Offer declined. Come on. These are great offers. Jan Heda, that's awesome. That puts us at, okay, development went up a little bit. Good. Palermo. Heda. So we have NHL coaches. Why is it still negative 1.8 though? Can we hire one more NHL coach? Am I missing something? Or is it all because our head of player development is not here? Head of player development can be a coach is your head of player development, correct? So we'd make it probably Adam Foote. Can we make Adam Foote our head of player development? Am I right in saying that? You hire a coach as the head of player development, correct? That's even better than being a coach. We're giving Adam Foote a promotion. Or is it under all? Hey, hold on. Let's scroll down. Scroll. Okay, no, head of player development. Good. Head of player development. There's not many of them. But ranked by development. Marc-Andre Fleury? Yes, come on. So Fleury, but I gotta say, Desjardins, he's only ranked 9 on offense, 9, 12, 14. Desjardins might be better. Power play, penalty kill. Fleury will be fun, but I think Desjardins is the better one, sadly. This is accelerates player development by 10%. Cédric Desjardins. Fleury increases the effective attributes. So what do you think? Marc-André Fleury ou Cédric Desjardins? Cédric, who I met actually once upon a time. The prime specialty is the most important part of head of player development. So that's going to be Cédric then. Away Cédric. All right, so Cédric Desjardins, he's in. So development plus 1.1, because the pluses are everywhere now in NHL. AHL head coach. Okay. AHL head coach, but not a guy who wants to be an NHL head coach. So I have to find what? Someone who's like, someone like this maybe? Corbet? René Corbet? AHL head coach? Yeah, sure. He was in the KHL for a while. René Corbet. Okay. One more AHL coach to help with what? Power play, offense, defense development. Turcotte? Yeah, maybe Turcotte. Mathieu Turcotte. He got fired after some stuff in the AHL, so we'll keep him in the AHL. He's always been in the AHL. He was in the Q, he was in the A. We'll stick him in the A unless he really doesn't want to be here anymore. No, enough money says yes. Okay. So the coaching staffs look good. Everything's full now, right? Sheesh, that was my bad. But everything's full now. Now active, no, not active, but specialty tree. Jovanovski's number is Cédric Desjardins, 1,700 experience. Prime, we have to save up a little bit more for Prime 2. Anything else on the specialty tree? Gotch. We could buy something for Sasha Gotch. Clutch. That would cost 2,000. If we want to unlock something for 1,000. Or do we just let it be and we save for 2,000? We have dealer, experience, and clutch right now. Specialties. These two don't matter so much. Facilitate trades by 1%. Experience. Improve staff stats and it's eligible by 1.25%. Clutch and communicator. Wait until you can upgrade it. Gavin, good evening. Save for clutch or experience at tier 2 maybe. All right. So I don't think we're going to buy anything for specialties. All right. Sim to preseason now. No, I think a 7th for Stuart Skinner. Is that what it was? Gabe Velarde. Whoa, that's how. Look how desperate they are to dump Gabe Velarde. Gabe Velarde and a 1st for a 4th and a 7th. That is crazy. 3 more years at 4.6. Really? They're that desperate. Even with conditions. Look, the game is smart enough to offer this. So why is EA not smart enough? All right, let's assign the scouts. Let's start with Bozak in Canada. I wish we could trade, I know. We'll start with Bozak in Canada. Then at 86, we continue on with Stephen Weiss. No. Continuing on in Canada at 86. Yeah, the scouts are getting quite good now, at least on paper. We have to make sure we're doing what we can to give them the best chance of success. Next, Jocelyn in USA. Jocelyn USA. Again, I wish I could just press select down to a certain number, down starting at 85. 85. Maybe Jovanovski goes to the US. Yeah. At 85. There we go. That gets us down how far here? To 120 something. 122. Okay. Next, rest of the world. Plus starts there. The first and second overall guys are both the rest of the world. One guy from Great Britain. Well, look at this, the top 5. Belarus, Great Britain, and Romania. Right? Is that blue? That's something. Most of the first round is rest of the world. Pick it up at 38. Patrick Kane's going to go rest of the world. Picking up at 38. Hopefully, though, we're finally a good team. We don't need to rely so much on the draft starting this next season. Continue at 69 for... no, McCardle's got to go to Canada. McCardle will finish off in Canada. Now we need to be able to find these guys in the 150s and all that who have potential. We can't just go after our top 2 guys anymore. We need to make sure that our good scouts are getting guys in round 4, 5, etc. Okay, Volchenkov, of course, is in Russia. Not too much in Russia, so just 1 scout for Russia, thankfully. Okay, that gets us in round 6. Of course, this guy for Finland, always Kampuri. Not much in Finland ever. All right, 521. What's left here? We have one. Oh, we have Sweden. Sweden, that'll be Schwab with 14 in Sweden. More than 1? No, just 1. That's great. 1 in Sweden. All right. And finally, these last 2 guys, we need 1 more for the rest of the world for Shupa, for sure. Patrick Eliash will go rest of the world. And that was starting from 69. Yes. Gets us to round 5. Okay, not bad. And finally, probably 1 more in the US for Rod Pelly. Pickings have been pretty slim in later rounds in this series so far. Yes, not sure if it's due to draft settings or what. True. Should we do something about that? I wonder. Or is it probably too cheese to do something now that we'll be picking late? But we'll hope that the scouting uncovers something as our scouts develop further. Yeah, I love our staff as well. I love our staff. All right, sim to preseason. Okay, I'll let the game do what it wants for the lineup. The bigger question is, do we sign Silvano Marini at 79 overall, or do we let him play wherever? I don't know what system they'll put him in. Oh my goodness, I have to do this. This is going to take some time here. You know what's been in my head all day long? Hobbs, you're going to appreciate this. I just watched Dinner Party at lunch today while I was eating lunch. That one night, you made everything all right. In my head all day long, and I have no complaints. Eddie Black's in the NHL now, yes. Green, no. Defense, already said that. Okay. Noam Donash, focus on your defense a little bit. Be balanced. Okay. What's left here? Zubik. No, too balanced. Woodward. Getting him in the top. He didn't grow over the offseason. Woodward not growing is a bit disappointing, I have to say. But we'll keep giving him our focus during the season. Nickel, balanced. Curry will start in the AHL. Omar Reimer. Could probably get away with having him in NHL at 79 if you really wanted to. We could. What do we have to give him? Third line center? Just wouldn't want to hurt the development. Let's see how his development looks in the league where he is. And if that's a red arrow or something, even if it's yellow, we have to consider that. Could always sign him and then check what the arrow is in the NHL. Or leave him in the juniors and see if he can help Italy at the World Junior Championship. Also true. Cherry Woods, almost done. Haven't done this in a year or two, I think. Hjort Vigo. Garcia, you have high hopes for him. Marino will have a bad development in a Canadian semi-pro league, but he wouldn't be able to play a substantial role in the NHL, so he's in an odd spot. I hear you. NCAA could be an option, so we'd have to sign him to have that option, though, correct? All right, let's sign him just so we can... We might not even use him. We might not use him, but let's sign him. So... Marini. There you go. That'll be contract 48. And let's let the game do what it wants. Silvano, 7-5 loss, 7-1 loss. Woo, 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 woo. Well, it's because all these randos are playing, that's why. Grinberg's fractured foot. Perfect timing. Thankfully, only a week. Well, let's shake this off in the preseason here. Ooh. Ugly start in the preseason. We win the final game 5-3. Unless there's another one. 4 points from Rubric. Cool. All right, October now. Is there growth in the month in October? Through September into October? I forget. All right, Grinberg's is healthy. Thank goodness. Grinberg's returns from injury. Let me guess his health -2. Now, yeah. I was right even. Down to -2, exactly. No growth in October. Okay, so going to the first game of the season now. All the rookies. Okay, go to training. Cédric Desjardins. So guys who aren't in the NHL. So a guy like let's put players where they're supposed to be put. Then we'll figure it out. I can't see what Marini did anymore, right? Now I passed through the preseason too late. Okay. Roster moves. Extra players, but hang on a second. Because Garcia, if he's not playing in the NHL, I don't want him here. So Garcia, Marini, I might send them down, I just said. Rutu probably sticks. Yeah. Let's say I was doing that. What would they tell me? So Marini is green in the KHL. So I think that's where Marini's going to go. Is it worth playing Marini in the NHL and giving him the NHL training? Also true, we wouldn't have to waste a player development spot on Marini. We could use an NHL spot on Marini. Do we send him to the KHL? Oh, wait, he's ineligible. What am I saying? So you know what? We will keep him then. We will keep him because the other options are red. So let's say, even if it's yellow in the NHL, Silvano Marini will indeed stay. All right. Next up, Garcia to the AHL. Yeah, that's no problem. Yeah. Sachin. Can we see his development arrow in the NHL? Otherwise, yeah, he's ineligible. I didn't even realize that. Sachin will go there. Colin Reimer. ECHL. Makinen. I guess he's ineligible there. So I guess WHL to keep him orange. Roland Dobson. He was showing his ineligible KHL and NCAA probably due to our settings. Can we fix our settings then? Felix Green can go ECHL. Because Dobson could also go ECHL. It'll probably be better for his development at green. They're both green, but easier competition, right? Brandon Cook to WHL. Omar Reimer. Maybe all you guys, the ECHL is better than the AHL. I mean, the AHL team actually, you know what? The AHL team needs to be a little stronger. We have our goalie there. So Dobson, these 70-plus overall guys can go to the AHL. Yeah. Bob Crawford, AHL, yes. Barabanov, AHL, unless it's full, but let's send them there first. Could be fixed, okay. Oliver Payne, ECHL. Martin Guerin, ECHL. Also have coaches that can do development in the AHL. Yes. Cook. ECHL is better than just a straight red arrow. Midori. He's going to be gone eventually anyways. ECHL. ECHL. Yeah, ECHL team's going to be stacked here. Might not have enough space. Kelly Washington. Jack Strong. Mason Curry. Yeah, both AHL. Okay, so let's confirm that. So now if we go and look, cancel best lines. See, NHL would look like this. So if we sent down Marini or sent him to the NCAA, let's say, he would be having to be worked on by our head of player development, and Rutu or Ramsey would play center. In the AHL, best lines here. Okay, AHL lineup's not bad. Actually, no, Garcia wouldn't come up. No, it would be like that. It would be Rutu or what's his name playing. And ECHL, best lines. Yeah, nice team there in the ECHL. So it's a tough call. Marini, if we look now at development, Andreevsky doesn't matter. Rutu doesn't really matter. Actually, let's look starting potential. Marini has the orange arrow. Even Woodward, Nickel, all the orange, and a lot of green arrows. Strong, Garcia, they have green arrows. Payne, green arrow. We want to give Marini that green arrow as much as possible. If we go to our settings, where would we find this? It'd be KHL. I don't know. Are players under contract eligible and drafted players eligible? Was NCAA a green arrow though for Marini? No. So this wasn't it. General data, roster, inbox, trades, contracts, staff development, injury tournaments, draft, league settings. No, I don't think so. Maybe. Hold on. Here we go. No, still not giving me the answer unless I'm missing something. Settings actually look like he should be allowed to go to both leagues. Yet he's not. When we go to lineup and roster moves and click on Marini, it tells us no. NCAA was also orange. It would be KHL. too young for this league. Why can't he go to the KHL? But you know what? We'll keep the orange. Maybe. I wonder if it's because he's Italian or something. Could it be? Anyways, you know what? Marini's going to stay. Do we put him third line center? Hold on, cancel. Would putting him third line center do anything? If you look at development? No, it doesn't look like it's still yellow arrow. Fourth line plus power play, maybe something like that. Anyways, Noam Donash, Rubric, Bergman. Second line, Nickel. Englund with 35 face-offs. Carlotti with 18 face-offs. Rausa, 36 face-offs. How come these guys are... No one's a real centerman? Black, 31 face-offs. No one actually can take face-offs? 42 face-offs for Aaron Bates. Marini, 52. Okay, so he'll someday be a centerman, we hope. Plansar, one of the longest serving players. Can't click on him for some reason. Torchio. So two Italians playing together. Luca Torchio and Silvano Marini. Two Italians playing on the fourth line together. That's fun. Hakanson, Dupont top pair. Watts, Woodward second pair. Hjort, Grinberg's third pair. So I guess lock everyone in where they are. 86 offense scares me a bit. 85 defense with a 91 goaltending. Special units. Hold on. Lock everyone. Then I'll make changes. Okay. Lock comes off. So Dupont, Hakanson can stay. I don't know. Carlotti and his 70 points that he's dropped off. Their faces are beautiful. Come on. Yeah, I know. They can generate here. Hjort is getting fourth. Wait, no. Hjort is getting second pair. No, Hjort's on the third pair. So Hjort does need that time. So Watts will come off. Watts will swap with Marini. Uh, 87 offense, 88, 88, 91, 89, 89. Okay. We can probably keep it like this. Unless Nickel goes here. Yeah. So Noam Donash, Rubric, Nickel, Dupont, Hakanson, and then Bergman, Englund, Carlotti, Marini, Hjort as the second unit. Could it be a playoff team? I hope so. 89 defense, 88 defense, 88, 84, 85. One higher defense than that. Englund with 85. Does he replace anyone? No, I want the ice time for Nichols. So no. That's it. Lock in everybody. That's that. All right. This is our lineup, ladies and gentlemen. This is our lineup. Ellsworth is 92 overall. Is going to have to carry a little bit. The team's looking good. Could we look better? I do think so. But we're going to cross our fingers. Now, development-wise, we'll use an NHL spot for Marini. And we'll just keep working on everything all season long. He's our future top-line centerman. Shooting for Marini, let's say. Bergman, Noam Donash are going to finish off their things. Next, who else do we have young in the NHL? Woodward. Yes, Woodward can finish off his shot blocking. Good. Who else is young? Oh, Courier does mean elite potential. I mean, do we keep scouting it? Not scouting, but working on him? I guess so. 278 days. Why not? We already started working on him. Garcia... Offensive awareness. My guess is 39 wins this season. All right, yeah, get your predictions in. How many wins this season, ladies and gentlemen? Let's see. Sims, Dobson. 2 more days on passing for Dobson. Okay, no problem. Who's left here? Omar Reimer. He's in the middle doing something. Oh, shot blocking. Finish that off for Omar with the hopes of exceeding expectations. I like that. ECHL, we have some guys with potential down here. Payne, good. Who else? Top 9, Guerin. Who else? You guys all have depth potential. Top, yeah, Washington. Defensive awareness. Hobbsy was going to say 37. Took it right out of his mouth. Really? Top 6. Yeah, we'll go Kalinin. Finish off shot blocking. And then in the entire system, who's left? Uskenbeev. Let's finish off shooting for him. 42 says Wacky Bruce. I like that. And we wanted to go to, what's his name? Where's the defenseman? Grinberg's. Finish off his passing. And one, who else has high potential here? Nickel. You know what? We can do Nickel 10 days for defensive awareness. Beautiful. All right. Okay, so predictions. Let's see. So 39 for Seals, 37 Hobbsy, 42 for Wacky Bruce, 43 for Cagney. Let's see what this team can do. Development is set and ready to go. And let's advance. Actually, we're already here. Let's do it. Game 1 of year 10. We made it. Are we postseason bound? Let's find out. Game 1 of the season will come between ourselves and the LA Kings in Los Angeles. Let's do it. Have we ever won? Even Mr. Teague says 45. Yes, welcome in. So Alex Texier opens it up early. Great. That's our channel favorite right away on our 89 overall. And speaking of Mr. T, he comes in with the 45. Mr. T. Great way to start, even though the boys in pink are not listening to him. Mr. T says, keep up the great work. Buy some roses for the missus and the rest towards whatever you see fit. I will absolutely do so. I don't know if she heard me, but I will absolutely do that. Peace and love, brother. Mr. T, that is exactly what that's going towards. That's super kind of you. Thank you, my friend. That is beyond generous to not only give the donation, but to add that message as well. Thank you. Silvano Marini scores his first. Sorry, I was reading that beautiful message. We're down 4-1, but the first goal of the season goes to Silvano Marini. His first career NHL goal opens up the scoring of year number 10 in Palermo. Silvano Golvano. Rubric gets one from Nickel and Zupon. We're not done yet. Kings fan booing Palermo hard after Doughty was snubbed to their Hall of Fame vote. Yes, that's true. 4-2. No, 5-2 once again. As we're down by 3. Thanks, Mr. T. I'm going to put that towards, you'll get your created player raffle entries, and I will put that towards exactly what you suggested. Oh, man, 4 minutes to go. Power play late, and that's not going to do it. Tell her, thank you for allowing you to make content for us. This content has made many people lifelong fans. Wow, that's so touching. Let me take a picture of that. I will tell her that, and I thank you for the words as well. As much as things will slow down over the years, now I'm married, one day kids and all that, the channel will always be something that we do. Even if it ends up being 3 videos a year one day, when I have 5 kids or something, the channel I think will always be around, and I hope that for people like you, that lifelong fans will carry through all the different eras of my life to come. Marini, third line, I could see it, Gen Z. I could see it. So we lose 5-2 in the opener, but Silvano Marini scores his first career goal, and that's great. As we, at least we're in it. We were in the mix. We're not losing 20-1 for the season opener anymore. So calendar, we'll have some report. Let's do the first, I don't know, 5 games, and let's see how Marini's doing. Yeah, the donation will be hiring towards hiring a babysitter. All right, let's do the first 5 games here. Already Dobson's done. Top 9. Sims top 9. Yeah, let's finish his shooting for 10 days. Love that player development. Sorry, this one here. All right, 3-1 loss. Best lines there. 4-3 overtime loss. 5-3 win, 5-2 win. All right, back-to-back wins. We're 2-2-1. All right. We have to stay above 500 here if we're going to be in the mix for the postseason. 8 points in 5 games from Zupon. Love it. Lineup, stats. Marini, 2 points in 5 games. You know what? Let's do it. Marini and Bates will swap. Actually, it gives it red now. Power forward, power forward, power forward. So let's swap. Maybe black. Yeah, it gives it green here. Rausa, Marini, and Bates will be the line, perhaps. Let's do that. Goalies at 85. Yeah, I didn't touch anything, so they should still be at 85. Yes. Let's try that. So Marini, okay, third line. We'll give you a chance. Good start. Good start. Let's keep on sinning now. Back-to-back wins, 5-2, then a 7-3 loss. All right, who's next? Sorting by potential. So Nickel, we're done. Does Hjort have anything to do? Let's see guys who have already started something, potentially. Zupon, England, Watts, Oten, 385. No, I can do that. Lovic. Cherry, these guys are new. Barranca, no. Boyko, no. Carlalti, no. Bates. All right, so I think at this point we can just do who we want to do. So probably Hewart. Defensive awareness for Hewart. Yeah, we'll do that. 70 days. Yeah, that makes sense. All right. Moving on. Sims already done. It's going to be at the start of the season, there's a lot that was just 10 days, 15 days. So yeah, at the very beginning of the season, it's going to be a little bit annoying here. As these will keep finishing up. 3-1 win. All right, we win 3 out of 4. There you go. 5-4 overtime loss. We already have 2 overtime losses this season. We're in the mix. On est dans le mix. How do they say it? Let's do offensive awareness. Grinbergs, yes. Yes, Grinbergs. We'll do Grinbergs once we have an NHL spot open. Right now, let's spend it on someone. Maybe Cherry needs a little love. Maybe Lovic, actually. Yeah, Lovic. Oh, I love it. There you go. 4-2 win, 6-2 loss, 6-5 loss, 5-4 overtime loss. These close games were 4-5-3 into November now. Yeah, let's see if we can get a little peek at the inbox. 3 straight losses, allowing 5 goals or more in 4 of the last 5 games. Come on, Ellsworth. Now he's at 92 overall. 5-2 loss, 4-3 loss, 3-2 loss, 3-1 win, and a 4-3 win for a 4-1 loss. So now we're at 6-9-3. Come on. Prospect report. All right. Thank you. Corey's a machine. Lots of guys in WHL, ECHL. All right. Growth from Payne up to Boyko, Rondo, Cherry up to Nickel to an 87. Nice. Curry at an 81. Dobson and a bunch of other guys +1. Okay, so Nickel's up to an 87. Could this be a big year for Nickel finally, where he can see a big jump? Noam Donash saw that big jump last year to 90. Can Nickel potentially see that jump as he has now gone to an 87? Stats from him, 8 points in 18 games. Okay. Marini, 4 points in 18 games. Is he in over his head? I hope not. Again, looking at players, he shouldn't be. Curry with a blue arrow right now. Won't say no to that. Okay. Back to it. I'm sure it's going to pause me for development here in a moment. 4-3 loss. Again, these 1-goal losses. Watt's out for 2 weeks now. So Watt's out for 2 weeks means Hjort will move up and Andreevsky will come in. And on the special teams, it will be Grinbergs who gets a chance. 2-7-1 in our last 10. 5-3 loss. Colleen, that's ECHL. Hitting. 3-2 loss, man. Okay, calendar. Did I see Grinberg's injured, by the way? Oh, did I just see that? Yes, Grinberg's out for a week. Great. So now I have to call someone up. Yeah. Unless Rutu goes. Will they let us? No, they won't. Oh, I can do a quick little call up like this. Awesome. So Hershey can come up. Hey, that's awesome. And special units. Woodward will go. Squidward, Woodward. Okay, 4 losses in a row. Speaking of Woodward, he's done his shot blocking. We said Grinbergs was up next, I think. Yes, Grinbergs will go to his hitting. Big defensive defenseman, Grinbergs. 3-1 win, 7-3 loss, 5-1 win. All right. If things aren't clicking, we have to start thinking about changes to our lineup because now we're at a certain point where we're expecting to at least be or hovering around 500. Come on, Portobellos. Portobellos. Let's get to the start of next month. Back-to-back wins, 5-1 and 6-1. Good. Grinberg's is back to full health as well. Grinberg's in, Hershey out. 2 more days till Watts comes back. Let's get through this one. 5-5-0 in our last 10. 28 points from Rubric through what? He's over a point per game. Through what? That's 25 games, something like that. Okay, good old Ryan Rubric. Marini's done that. I wonder if he's up to a 79 now. Marini. Oh, to an 81. We're going to see that development in just a moment. 81 overall, Silvano Marini. He is a power forward. So let's work on hitting for Silvano Marini. All right. Big development month, it looks like. Let's see it here. Yes, Garcia +2, Marino +2, Nickel +1, Oten +1, Curry +1, Woodward +1. All guys who are in the 80+ overall range, plus other growth throughout the system. Very nice. Just looking at the lineup now, yeah, Marini really locking in as that third line center, it looks like. Nickel up to an 88. Why is this team doing a better centerman? What is it? Why can people off the top line not score? Carl Alti with 10 points. Marini just 6 points, but he's getting decent ice time. Playing 12 minutes a night. Just, I know, it's a lot for him. I get it. It's a lot. And Watts will be back in 1 more day. Woodward has 9 points. That's nice. Dupon's point per game. Hansen has 24 points. But then Ellsworth, I don't know, 898 save percentage. The coaching staff not having a good system match could be playing a part in the underperformance. Interesting. 2-way forward, second line center isn't good, I think. He's not even really a centerman. Ideally, Marini would be there. Do we try Marini at second line center and give the blue chemistry? Would that be crazy? Would that be crazy? And then the staff. Jan Heda having a 55% match, I suppose, isn't ideal. Even in the AHL, Corbett with a 40% fit. All right, we'll try Marini up there. What's our record in the AHL? In the AHL, we're 14-10-0. Garcia has 28 points in 24 games. Marini at second line center, not a horrible idea. He wouldn't have 2 good wingers supporting him. True. All right, we'll try it. 10-game trial for Marini at second line center. We'll give that a go. We're on a 3-game win streak as well, which is nice. 29 points from Rubric. Do we fire Jan Heda? Is there anyone else who's as good in development? 16 on development? Yes, but there's no head coach, except for Barakowski. But he's low on power play and penalty kill. A better fit, though. If we look at, rebuilding. Pascal Leclerc, former head coach. Hasn't coached since. He wants to be a head coach, but he's not a head coach. His penalty kill is low at just 10. But he fits at 85%. Former head coach Pascal Leclerc. Who's this? Hunter? Dale Hunter? Yes, of course, Dale Hunter. Left London finally after all those years. Maybe we tried Dale Hunter. Jan Heda out. Dale Hunter in to help with the development. Just sign the contract, man. There you go. All right. So better fit, 85, 85, 85. Does it change some of the stats that we had going here? Maybe. And then the AHL, Corbet with a 40% fit. I'm going to leave him there. Just that change in the NHL. One little change in the coaching staff. See if that does something for us. And now Marini at second line. Let's go see this game against the Ducks. December 2nd, 2034. Marini making his top 6 debut. Second line plus second unit power play. Let's give it a go here in Palermo in front of the Tifosi. Yeah. Power play, Cutter Goetze opens up the scoring. Marco Kasper's 700th point. Congrats to him. As we're out shooting the Ducks, but Ellsworth now at a 92 isn't carrying. Marini, there it is. His first game in the top 6. It wasn't an even strength goal, but a power play goal. Marini from Bergman and Hjort, and then Landon Dupont on the power play himself. That is Ryan Rubrick's 200th career assist as he and Nickel assist Dupont's goal. Marini and Dupont both score their 4th of the year. We'll need to reapply the development spot the old coach was using. Oh, yes. Thank you, Seals. We will do that. Geniuses like you are why these series go so well. Landon Dupont gave us the 1-goal lead. Our captain, Landon Dupont, of course, forgot to mention that. Captain Landon Dupont, Marini, potentially future captain right now. Landon Dupont is our captain. We're hanging on to a 1-goal lead here. No, who's this? Cremonese, yeah? An Italian, as he ties this game at 2 with 7 minutes to go. And then, hold on, Landon Dupont puts us back ahead. Our 3rd goal of the game, all coming on the power play from Nickel and Noam Donash. The captain scores his 2nd. Is that enough to give us the win here at home? And yes, it is, as we win our 4th in a row. The captain scores 2, and Palermo takes it 3-2 the final. Big win. Allowing only 2 on 34. That's huge. Big win. So now Dale Hunter, who was being scouted? Oh, that was Marini's spot. Good. What did we say about Marini? It was hitting. Yeah. Dale Hunter and Silvano Marini, match made in heaven. In heaven. Okay. Let's keep on simulating. 11, 13, and 3. We got to be around 500 as much as possible. Is that the first play-by-play sim win? No, we got one last episode. Didn't we? Am I wrong to say? Didn't we get one last episode? Am I crazy? Maybe Hjorts should stay with the blue chemistry on that top pair. On that second pair, sorry. Watson Grinbergs has red, though. Do we go blue-red or orange-orange? Probably orange-orange. ECHL, he'd be better. Or she, yeah. Let's put in the ECHL. I thought we had one. Last game of last season. Yes. Okay. Yeah, I was right. Last game of last season. You know what? The AHL needs some defense help. So you know what? I will make a call up there. Hold on. Where is it? Not waivers. No, roster management. Roster management. Let's send Washington. No, just Hershey with depth potential. A couple of depth potential guys. Let's send them to the AHL because the AHL needs them. Just the AHL needs to be a better team in general. So there you go. Hershey and Mason go with 1st and 2nd pair right away. Curry needs some help on the blue line. And hold on. Lock. Special teams. Woodward comes off. Woodward, you know what? Let's give him the ice time. Unless Hjort comes off. Ratings. 82 defense. What's 84 defense. Maybe Watson Woodward instead of Watson Hjort. Hjort already gets power play time. Yeah, let's do that. Maybe Woodward should be getting the power play time. What if Woodward got power play instead of Hjort, and Hjort got pony kill instead of Woodward? That might make a lot of sense, actually. There you go. Because Woodward, offensive defenseman, right-handed, put him there. Marini, left-handed, put him there. Yeah, that'll be what we do. Lock. There, swap. 5-on-5. ECHL. Best lines. Washington being a 71. Yeah, we'll keep him there. And AHL. They get a 70 overall on Hershey to help out Curry a little bit, who's really on his own. All right, back to simulation. Big 3-2 win. We are 11, 13, and 3, and we can continue. Jump to today's date and sim. All right. And then right away, development is done. Great. Who in the system could we look at? Dunlap, Nichols, good. Maybe I should sort by potential. And Uspenia, yeah, okay. Strong goalies, Cherry. Yeah, 37 days. Hard to say no. Let's give some love to Cherry. My goodness, you can't even advance a single day. Top 9, Reimer. Offensive awareness. Can we please advance like one day? All right. No, we can't. No, we can't advance a single day. But Omar Reimer, okay, he was done. Now he's back to that. Good. Now can we advance a single day? No, we can't, because now Martin Guerin is done. It would be nice if you could set certain players as priorities for development and then do an automated setup. Tell me about it. Let's just do passing for you. Now, can we simulate a single day? We lose 8-5 and then back to nope, please stop again. Woodward, yeah, we're going to keep giving the love to Woodward. Defensive awareness is probably more important than passing. Like always develop guys with elite and or top 6 and or top 4 first. Yeah, giving a priority like that would go a long way. 8-5 loss, 4-3 loss. And right away back to it. Hershey's done, but he's not even here. So what are you telling me? 2-0 win, first shutout of the year. 5-2 win, 6-4 loss, 6-2 win, 3-2 win, 6-4 loss. Okay, nice little stretch there. And Ellsworth was with his first shutout of the season. Noam Donash, is it worth doing anything else for Noam Donash? Probably would be. 180 some days isn't crazy. How about Nickel? Even less, 140 some days. It'll be just the start of next year. Yeah, let's do shooting on Nickel. Just the start of next year. I think that's worth it for a guy who's been continuing to grow nicely. Great secondary scoring guy. Second line left wing. 5-4 win. All right, we're starting to get back on that 500 conversation, being 16, 17, and 3 now. 3 days left for Lovics. We're about to stop again in just a second. Hjort. Offensive awareness for an offensive defenseman? Sure. I wonder if I have any all-stars. I wonder, this could be a year where we have all-stars, yeah. World Junior time. Of course, Marini's got to go. Todaro, Mazzaro, blah, blah, blah. Oh, we have too many goalies. There we go. Four representatives. Austria, Canada, Czechia, and Italy. Rondo made it. That's nice. Silvano Marini, of course. 7-3 win there against the Rangers. Oh, we passed it? Oh, no. I'm so sorry. Are you even able to see it, the All-Star game? Oh, no. I thought I got, with all the stop, go, I forgot. Not that I forgot. I just missed it. But it's December 25th. It was December 22nd? The All-Star game was December 22nd. Really? That's odd. 5-1 win. Now we won 3 in a row and 4 out of 5. Yes. Who else we got here? But Lovic is still there. Okay, yeah. Lovic we could do. No, I gotta do Oos. Big Oos. They moved it in HLM 26 for whatever reason. Really? All right. My bad. We're above 500 at this point in the season for the first time in franchise history. Garcia, right back to Garcia for sure, who's an 81 and ready for the NHL very soon. 3-2 overtime loss. New Year's Day against Dallas. Let's see as we host them. We are 18, 17, and 4. 41 points from Hakanson right now. What? Excuse me, leading the team in points. Point per game, William Hakanson, pretty much. 6-5 loss against Dallas. Oh, goodness. All right. More growth. Ooh, yes. I keep saying Vigo, but Victor Hjort +2. Oaten to an 85. Curry to an 83. Bates 83. Garcia 82. Lots of growth there. Solid month. Yes, Victor Hjort. Love to see that. So maybe, I don't know, do we put him on that second pair? 14 points in 40 games. Watts has been good. I might think that we try it here. And you know what? I'm going to send down Rutu. The AHL needs some love. Yeah. Tony Rutu will send him down. Again, the AHL needs as much as it can get. Cancel. Best lines. There you go. Rutu goes in the top 6 right away. Curry up to an 83 overall. Garcia at an 82. He has 38 points in 37 games. If we were to call him up to the NHL, where would he go? He would replace Plansar, but first line AHL versus fourth line NHL, you know? Okay, Hjort and Woodward will get the blue chemistry. Watts will play third pair with the Grinbergs. Oaten and Ellsworth, 92 and 85. Come on now. Let's go. We got to be winning these games. Marini. How's Marini doing? Marini, 16 points in 40 games. Rubric, Noam Donash, Hakanson, all point per game plus. That's wild. Okay. Back to the calendar. Let's just sim. We'll have to stop every 2 seconds anyways. 6-3 loss. The USA win the 2034 World Junior Championship. Rondeau had 6 points in 7 games. Marini, 4 points in 4 games. That's nice. Did Italy survive? Yes, very good. So US wins gold. Sweden wins silver yet again. Sweden has won silver 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out of the 7 last years, and 6 straight finals. After winning gold in 2028, they've gone 6 straight finals winning silver. That is wild. US wins gold, which means Canada wins bronze. Italy just barely survives as Belarus gets relegated. Switzerland promoted. Somehow Italy is still in Division 1. I don't know how. 18, 19, and 4 is the record. 5-3 lost. Don't lose it now, boys. Come on, Palermo. Don't slip now. Washington. Let's do some passing. Who can go here? Who can squeeze in? There you go by age. Cherry we just did. Rondo, Dunlap, Lovic again. He's at 75. That's nice. Krupp, Nichols, Cook. So many guys in our system who would love to get some one-on-one time with. Carlotti, bum. Sorting my potential again and not looking at any goalies. Cherry or Lovic? We'll go Lovic. The Super Buffalo Bills of the World Juniors. Is Odin outperforming Ellsworth? I don't think so. And you know what? Let's also pause to look at the scouting. And now Dupont's out for 16 days. It didn't even tell us that. Well, then let's advance a day and see what it was as we won 2-1. Washington, we already saw that. He's out for 2 weeks with a lower body injury. All right. So Woodward's going to go top pair. And you know what? We'll do Hjort and Watts. No, let's give Grinbergs the second pair. Andreevsky and Watts on the third pair. Special teams. Hjort and Ponykill. Woodward. Sorry, and then the percentages here. The goalies. No, Ellsworth is doing better than Oten. They've done better when they were lower overalls. All right, now to the scouting. Let's get our scouting update, and then we're pretty much ready to start coasting at the end of the year. Prospects, by the way, are two blue potential guys going 1 and 2. Archer and Nesterovich. Staff. All right, let's see. Let's start with someone who's all on his own. Kempuri there. So these randos here who have dropped 1,000 spots, forget them. Spend your time on these guys. There you go. Keep scouting. Jovanovski. Let's do US here. So US. No one here who's crazy. Actually, I know that, but 152 is the worst. So you know what? I'm not even going to touch Jovanovski, I don't think. 152 is his worst. Jocelyn is one who's the best in the US. So Jocelyn. Again, 124. But hold on, let's make sure these new top guys are getting scouted. Like 112, 114. Not much of a change in the US, though. Okay. And finally, Pelly. Yeah, now here's where there are some drops. Pelly saw some drops. Down to rank 2,000 or whatever. There you go. Last year, I forgot to, maybe even a couple of years, I forgot to do the update. So this will hopefully help our draft, especially in a year where we won't have like a number one. I don't know if we'll probably still be picking top 10, but we probably won't be picking top 3. Something like that. All right. 173. Done. Set the assignment. Okay. That's the US. Now Canada. I'll start with Bozak. Hold on. Let me just do a quick little scroll here. No. Bozak. You stay with the same guys. Yeah, you stay with the same guys there, Bozak. Stephen Weiss is next, right? Yeah, Stephen Weiss. No one who dropped like crazy. That guy at 499 is the only one, really. So you just got 122. And then our last scout picks up at 145. And that will be McCardle. McCardle found some bums here. Yeah, usually your last scout's the one who's going to find those bums, I guess. One there. 3 here. Nice. Love finding the busts. Weeding out the busts. Okay. I mean, there's a lot of them, actually. 588, 509. 198. Maybe we keep 198, but let's see here. 145 there. Do. All these guys. Nice. Good. In my sims, I feel like playing goalies at 85% hurts their performance. You think? Maybe we put it down a little bit. Oten he's not doing crazy, but he is a higher overall. We could play with that. I'm down. No big drops here. No, that's fine. For plus. Patty Kane. I wonder if it affects their health rating at all as well. When they play more often? Interesting question. No, it's going to be Patrick Eliash who found the bums. Patrick Eliash. No, not that much. Not that much, actually. Maybe we just need another scout out here. Because the guy at 91's not getting scouted at all. The rest of the world's a pretty busy area. There's even an Italian out there. Not really any room to move anybody. Schwab, how are you doing here in Sweden? Have you learned enough? 9, 11, 20. No, doesn't work. Scout him. Pelly, are we done here? And then just Russia. We already have only one scout in Russia. Do we give up on Russia? Let's see here. That gives us 5 slots. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I mean, do we want to scout? Like, it's good to get the 5th overall guy scouted. But there's just not that much in Russia compared to what we'd want to scout in the rest of the world, where there's guys who are in the 90s and 100s. There's like a handful of those guys. I think we updated everybody if I am thinking correctly. We'll come back to the scouting later on. Everyone's healthy now. Can we continue on? Okay. 6-win win, 8-6 win. Sheesh. There you go. And yes, we'll fix the percentages. Give me a second for that. Top 9, Rutu. No. He's too old now, sadly. Dobson, offensive awareness. Lineup. Yeah, let's go to 1 click below 85%. But why can't I swap these guys? Disable auto rotation. Disabled. Ellsworth. Games. Percentage. Done. Okay. That was longer than it should have been. And simulate for like 4 days, right? Okay, 4-3 win, 4-2 loss. We are 22, 22, and 4. Still fighting around 500. Greenberg's hasn't grown at all this year. There's still hope, though. Defensive awareness again, and that'll bring us to March. Come on, Greenbergs. We spent a top 3 pick on you. 4-3 win, 3-2 win. Here comes a little bit of, not a streak, but a good month, a good handful of games consecutively. Marini keeps staying with Dale Hunter. Let's do shooting. Olympic break coming up, whatever you want to call it. Oliver Payne. Back to it. Offensive awareness. Sim. All right. Zupone back to full health. Good. So Zupone back in means he will take on Andreevsky. Grinberg's back there. Woodward back there. Give him a lock. Special units. Zupone comes back in for Woodward. And for Hjort. Lock, 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 lock. Good. The stats, how we looking here? How are we looking? 51 points from Hakanton in 51 games. Noam Donesh, 55 points. Rubrik, 49. Bergman, 47. Is there maybe a player on an expiring deal we want to take a look at trading for some more picks at deadline since we don't own our first this year? Like a player that we want to trade on who's on an expiring deal? I don't think there's anyone that we're looking to sell. Like Bergman is on an expiring deal, but we want to keep him. He's part of our rebuild. I don't think there's anyone here who's not a part of our still future few more years in a perfect world. And if they get bumped out by someone who grows more, then we trade them. At this point, I don't know. We're finally above 500. I don't know. Yeah, if there's anyone, it's someone on the AHL roster, and that would be for like a 7th round pick. Great. 2 months for him. 8-1 win, 5-2 loss. Welcome to February. Let's get an update on the growth in February. I'm doing actually 55 points there in the bottom right of the screen. Pause the sim here. Kalinin. Okay, inbox. Any growth? What's happened here? Sean Watts, fractured finger. Goodbye. I guess yes. Agreed there, Cagney. All right. Dobson +2. Curry +1. He's ready for the NHL. My goodness, 84 overall down in the AHL. He's growing like crazy. Roland Dobson as well. 49 points in 49 games. That top 9 potential. Former 4th round pick. Very good. And Mason Curry, still with blue trend right now in terms of his growth. So we won't play with anything. Mason Curry, former 3rd round pick. Nice. And now Sean Watts is out again. This guy loves being injured. Sean Watts is the guy who's going to be out once we get someone who's better in overall. Kills me. But it's not telling us that he's injured. Yeah, your lineup's invalid, but you don't want to tell me that why. All right, Andreevsky comes in. And on the special teams, Woodward will play, I guess. Oh, no, he's already there. Hjort and Woodward. All right. What? Did he drop an overall? Did I see that? Yeah, too many injuries. He's dropped an overall now. -6 in health, 42 health. He drops 1 in shooting, passing, and offensive awareness. He's already been a crazy growth story for us, from a 5th round pick to an 84 overall, who's played 351 NHL games. But yeah, I say that goalies may be the exception to the rule. True. All right, we're 25, 24, and 6. 21st in the NHL. This will be the year that we win the draft lottery, right? Here we go. Best lines there. 3-1 win. World Cup time. Dismissed. 3-1 win. Lots of World Cup representatives. Hjort, Bergman, Amadori, Marini, Torquio. We have 3 in Italy. Kazakhstan, Latvia, Norway, Slovakia, Switzerland. Cool. Good luck, everybody. Woodward has done defensive awareness. Got to stick with them. Let's do some passing or offense. He's an offensive defenseman, so let's do offensive awareness. 5 days until the next guy's done. Let's go on a run, boys. Yes, I like that attitude, Hobbsy. Who else in the system? Cherry again. I'm going to go for Oos. Probably Oos. Big Oos. You finish with some... I mean, defensive awareness would be good to work on, actually, for him. Okay, so Sweden, they lost the World Juniors, but they win the World Cup. There you go. 6 points in 3 games from Marini. Awesome. 4 from Torquio. None of our players did well at all. Actually, 3 goals in 3 games from Hjort. Yeah, got to give it to him there. Bergman, 1 point. Sheesh. Anything for Italy? No, nothing happens. Italy, Sweden, US, and Czechia winning gold, silver, and bronze. Where were we? At the bottom of Division 2. We almost got relegated from Division 2. It was Slovenia who got relegated. So in the World Juniors, we're in Division 1. And in the World Cup, we're almost in Division 3, playing against like Hungary. Come on now. Where's the passion? Omar Reimer. Actually, let's do crop. Anything to finish off the year? No, everything goes to the next year. Sims, anything to end off the year? No. Reimer, no. Everyone goes into next year. Even Hershey. All right. So, Reimer it is. Defensive awareness. Okay. 26, 24, and 6. 5-4 overtime win. Welcome back. But then a 2-1 loss, 6-1 loss, 3-2 win, 1-0 overtime win. All right. We are 29, 26, and 6. Looking for win number 30, the first 30-win season in franchise history. We just need one more. As we're now going up against, it'll be Tampa. We get win number 30 against Tampa, Vegas, Vancouver, one of those teams. Looking for our 30th win in franchise history here in year 10. Is this the one? If it'll tell us in March, come on. There you go. All right. There it is. Yes, 3-2 win against the Lightning. Win number 30. The 30-win season has finally been achieved. All right. Hjort. Ooh, 85 for Hjort right now. He's finally growing. Finally, these guys are growing. Cherry. Or we can just finish off with some defensive awareness for the end of the season. Nice. Okay, looking at the inbox here. Woodward up to an 82. I thought, no, Hjort. Oh, Hjort training complete. Okay. Anyways, Keith Woodward, the 3rd overall pick in 2033, now an 82 overall. Very nice. Gaining some attributes as well. How are these guys? Ericsson's at an 84. Erickson, Woodward. Okay, interesting. That 2033 draft. Okay. Prospect report. Garcia, 65 points in 54 games. Curry with some crazy numbers. Boyko in the OHL. Haven't given him any training, sadly. Yeah, I know. 23. We took Grinbergs. Of course, everyone before and after is a million times better than Grinbergs, who's still stuck at a 77. Woodward is from Hawaii. I didn't even see that. Parents must have some frequent flyer miles from Hawaii to Palermo. Wow, I did not realize that. Good catch. Aguilar, of course, is an 83 medium elite, and Grinberg stuck at a 77. The guy who went 26th is the highest overall player in the draft. That's fun to see, but just still frustrating for us. All right, so we are 30, 26, and 6. Are we in the mix for the postseason? You know what? Yes, we are. Yes, we are. We're 3 points back right now. We're in the mix for the wild card. We might be seeing a postseason episode tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. 5-4 overtime win against Vegas. And then a 7-3 win, putting ourselves higher and higher on a streak. Now 32, 26, and 6 is the record. Still with another, 18 games to go. Let's keep on getting closer. Let's keep an eye on games against Anaheim, LA, teams like that. Well, not really any coming up, but 6-5 win, 5-3 loss. So that puts an end to our 5 or 6 game winning streak there. Might we see the postseason tonight? Where's Boyko? Yeah, Boyko, I'm going to give him some love. It'll go over to next year, but there you go. So 5-1 win after that 5-3 loss. We bounce back with a win. 7-3 in our last 10. 3-2 overtime win. 3-2 loss. We are 8-2-0 in our last 10. Ladies and gentlemen, 8-2-0 in our last 10 games. Passing for Marini. Let's do that. Silvano. Who are we in the mix with? LA, Anaheim, all these teams. We'll go see San Jose. 35, 28, and 6. 3-2 loss. 4-2 win. There's that run Hobbsy called for. Yes. Payne, let's go. Defensive awareness. Okay, let's go see San Jose in April. 3-2 loss. Grinberg's defensive awareness goes up, but is he growing at all? Grinberg still a 77. Hjort, let's do something that goes to next year. Let's work on his shot blocking. Yeah, 66 days. Okay, sure. This guy's a defenseman. Come on. 3-1 loss. Garcia for some passing. Just did passing. Yeah, actually probably do passing again. Yeah, passing again. Garcia. 1-0 loss. Oh, after that streak, we now have lost. We were 8-2 in our last 10. Now we're 5-5-0 in our last 10. No one there. Tight losses here. 5. We get shut out in back-to-back games. 1-0, 5-0, 4-3 overtime loss, and now it's all crumbling apart. Slowly crumbling now. $36, 31, and 6. We're still in the mix, but it's a big game coming up against the Sharks. Come on, Bellows. 6-3 loss. Now we've lost 6 in a row. Wonderful. We got to make some changes to the lines, maybe. I don't know. Grinberg's is probably the case of falling to top 4 next year and possibly more in the future based on his current growth path, unfortunately. But maybe we use him to trade for a pick then. Grinberg's just stuck there. We'll check the last inbox message here. And a 6-5 overtime loss. All of that, and then we're 2-6-2 in our last 10 games on a 7-game losing streak. What an embarrassment. All right, Watts is going to come back into the lineup. Watts swap with Woodward. Five on 5. I wish you could see the last 10 games. You know what? Englund and Carlalti are going to swap. More offense on that third line, maybe. Maybe we best lines it. Not a bad idea. You know what? Yeah, sure. Let's do that. Let's best lines it. We have to take out all the locks. And the special teams. The last few games this season, let's best lines it. Huge game coming up here against the Sharks. All right. Best lines. That's what the computer says. I'm just going to make the swap of Marini, though. That's the only thing I'm going to do. And I don't want black. Sorry, red chemistry. So I want black on the fourth line. Everything else I'll leave. Just that little swap in the bottom 6 for the chemistry. I'll leave everything else for the rest of the lineup and for the special teams. Okay. Here we go. Huge game against the Sharks. Fighting for our lives. We're 36, 33, and 8. No, I didn't want to sim it. I wanted to play it. I can still play it, right? I said sim to date. Yes, okay, I can play it. Yes. Whew. Here we go. In San Jose. It's a huge one. My prediction was 38. Well, here we go, Doggy. Let's see what we end up getting with. Doggy's caught up for the ending here. Let's do it. 1-0 Sharks early. Celebrini scores his 39th goal of the season on the first shot of the game. 91 overall. Macklin Celebrini. 1-0 Sharks. This one might decide the postseason. Nickel scores his 33rd goal of the year from Woodward. 33rd goals. Then this guy Torre makes it 2-1 Sharks again. 2-on-7 past our 92 overall goaltender. Come on, Ellsworth. Power play. Palermo goes nowhere. Hold on. There's Noam Donash scoring his 38th goal of the season. Could he be the first 40-goal scorer in Palermo history? Zupo's 51st assist. Rubric assists as well. It's a 2-2 game into the second period. Shots are quite even here. 14-14. Yes, are we doing playoffs when we make it? Yes, we are. That's the phrasing I like to hear. Celebrini scores his 40th, and Lorenz scores another 4-2 for the Sharks. Halfway through this game, hold on, Black, his 8th from Torchio and Zupo down on that fourth line. Is it Eddie? Eddie Black, 4-3 game with 5 to go in the second period. Shots tied at 21, and we're going to take a 1-goal deficit into the third period. Here we go. We just need one here in the Shark Tank. 5 minutes into the period, we're out shooting. Then it's tied. Power play. Palermo killed off by the Sharks. We're 0 for 3 on the power play tonight. 5 minutes. Black scores his second. It's a 4-4 game. Plansar and Torchio. It's Plansar's 100th NHL point, all with Palermo. We're off to overtime. 3-on-3 action. Can we pull it out? No! Barr scores his 30th from Musty and Celebrini. But we do get a point. Eddie Black scores 2 goals down on that fourth line. But we do get a point out of it. Oh, Eddie Black, what a guy. We get a point out of it. Let me save. I haven't saved in a little while. We get a point. Forza Bellows, come on. Looking on the right side here. Yeah, we're right behind San Jose. 6 points back with a game in hand. I don't think we're going to be fighting there in the Pacific. Then, yeah, let's look at the standings before I start saying too much. But 4 games left in the year. Way to force a point, but felt like a must win. Yeah, we had to win in regulation. We ended up losing in overtime. Looking at the standings, wild card, Dallas has 90. Wait, yeah, we're not going to. No, I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen, ladies and gentlemen. But what a season it's been. Let's end off strong. Let's end off as strong as we can. Where am I going? Calendar. Last game of the year will come against the Minnesota Wild. We had 3 overtime losses in our last 4 games. So many lost points. This could have been a playoff team. Next season, it should be a playoff lock, you would think. Yeah, I think we're mathematically out, but this should have been a playoff team. And next year, we will expect the playoffs, I think. But this should have been a playoff team. Yeah, big choke. Big choke. Were we winning more than we should have? Maybe. But then did we lose more than we should have? Yes. 6-3 win. Watt's out for 2 weeks again. Don't care. 9-3 loss. Implosion. I mean, this team has never had to win. This team has never been forced to win. So I guess they're learning. That's a learning experience for them. What am I doing here? Is Woodward? Disastrous collapse at the end. It's happened to me in HLM before, just like this. Disastrous collapse. Michael Ryder down in the ECHL. We'll finish above 500. It's the best season in franchise history, but it's still a disappointment. Man, this 6-3 loss. We just totally let go at the end. We totally let go at the end. Bring all this stuff, these trainings into Uskenbeev, and he's not growing. Last game of the year here against the Caps, we're 37, 34, and 9. Road to a positive plus minus for the players starts now. Hey, and then I pressed the wrong thing. We lose. Wow, we were horrible down the stretch. Horrible. Oh, wait, no. I did click the right thing. What am I saying? Play by play. I want to see it. Yeah. All right. Horrible down the stretch. Ended off with a bang, please. Strong effort to close out the season here. Power play Wild killed off. Power play Palermo killed off here at home in front of the Tifosi. Tifosi. Let's go. Power play Palermo again. We're 0 for 2. Both teams 0 for 2. Second period now. Shots pretty even. 9 apiece. Power play wild. Goes nowhere. Shots are coming quickly here on the Palermo side. But there we go. Ryan Rubrick's 34th of the year from Bergman and Andrievsky. Rubrick's 34th. It's a career high. No, his career high was 35. 34th goal of the season from him. The legs gave out on them. Yes, they did. We're up 1-0 moving into the third period. Let's not show. We choked the postseason, and we just not choked this lead. Can you see the play-by-play of the All-Star game? Good question. I don't think so, but we can go look. Final 8 minutes, and Matt Boldy's 25th ties the game, of course. Let's go. Do we have a winner here? Power play Palermo killed off. We're 0 for 6 on the power play. Ay. Overtime to end the season. Power play mini. 4-on-3, and Edler wins it. We choke the season. We choke the game. We lose in overtime. Call it a year. And we end the season 37, 35, and 10. -9 goal differential. But we end the season 1-5-4 in our last 10 games. 1-5-4 in our last 10 games. We could have, if just 4 of those games were wins or something, we could have gotten to 40+ wins. We could have been in the mix. We could have been in the mix there. All-Star game, box score. No, you cannot. You cannot see that. All right, so let's get the final numbers here. 87 offense, 84 defense, 90 goaltending. Everyone plays their 82nd game. Hobbsy called it at 37? Yes, correct. Hobbsy did indeed call it at 37. Unfortunately, I nailed the prediction, but that collapse stings. Very much so. All right. So a few positives to start taking away now. The first point per game plus player in franchise history, Julian Nome-Donash, the third overall pick back in 2029, scores 39 goals and 83 points. He was a +7. That's great to see. Is he the best player of his class? This guy, Dano, sorting by points. Who's this guy? Zelensny. But Nome-Donash is up there at least. That guy Barr, who just scored against us. Great. 10 win increase, though, isn't it? I think so. From 27 to 37, right? Lean Bergman, big year for him. 79 points. Career high from Lean Bergman. Love that. 32 goals and 79 points. William Hakansen, the third-round pick back in 2026. A random pick who becomes a pillar here in Palermo. 76 points. Career high from him. I am blown away. Next up, Ryan Rubrick, 34 goals and 74 points. Landon Dupont scores 67 in 74. Nichols scores 35 goals and 61 points. Those are career highs for him. Very good from Cale Nickel. Feels like we folded under pressure or just gave up. Yeah, that's what it feels like, Matthew. Carlalti scores 56 points. Ice time continues to go down as his performance also goes. It's like a vicious cycle. Performance gets worse, less ice time, he gets worse. Yeah. Carlalti. Woodward, 37 points in his sophomore year. Very good. Good increase. 2 more minutes per night. He scores 13 more points. Very nice from Keith Woodward. Not bad for a former defensive defenseman. Yeah. Brock Englund, 86 overall. He's never been a big points guy, but a lot of good attributes that are needed for this team. 36 points, playing 13-40. He should have played more ice time because of Marini coming up a little bit. Hjort scores 36 points. That's what we wanted to see. From 13 to 15 and a big jump to 36. Good, finally, from Victor Hjort. Silvano Marini, his rookie season, scores 35 points. We'll take that. Good growth development over the course of the year. All right. Bates, 25. Black, 17. Same for Watts in 51 games. Rausa, Plantsar, Torquio, Grinbergs, 7 points. Andrzejewski, 4 in 39. And finally, the goaltending. Ellsworth, in 67 appearances, wins 30 games, 3.44 goals against average, and a 902 save percentage. He had better numbers. No, these are his best numbers of his career, but he had similar numbers as like an 82. Now he's a 92, and it's not that much better, I have to say. Negative 19 is a two-way forward as well. But keep in mind the goal differential, right? We had some positive plus-minus players. We did have some positive. 10.65 goals saved above expected. He went 30, 28, and 9. Odin went 7, 7, and 1. So, yeah, looking at the plus-minus. Won't let me look, right? Plus-minus. Yeah, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 real full-time plus players. Negative 20 for Grinbergs. Negative, 15 from England. Yeah, some plus minuses that needed to be better. I wonder where Marini ranks in all the rookie skaters. All rookies. 59 points from Carson. Marini 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th in rookie scoring with 35 points. Yeah, don't think that'll be an award, sadly. No Calder for him. Looking at the team standings now. So we were 12 points out of the wild card. So you know what? It would have been tough. We weren't really just on the fringe, but that collapse didn't help us. Negative 9 goal differential, our best in franchise history. 10 more wins, new franchise record. Most ever goals for, least ever goals against. Not our best power play. Our second best power play. And our best, ever penalty kill. What happened here in, let's see, Ahonen, he grows from 87. Of course, Ahonen, yeah, of course. With us, he scores 22 points. He plays 22 and a half minutes per night, and he scores 22 points. Goes to New Jersey, scores 54 points, playing 25 less seconds per game. Yeah, Curry should probably be the backup next season. Oten would be a sweetener for a trade-up. Exactly. Odin will be out. Broken collarbone, though, for Pekka Ahonen. What a joke that he performs once he goes to New Jersey, but nothing new in franchise mode world. Katala didn't play almost at all. Weird development. They didn't really use Katala. And then Heckel grew to a 78. I think it was already was he a 71 to a 78? Is that what it was? I think so. Not even a great year, though, in Peterborough. Who'd they draft? This guy Weaver, Jim Weaver, already an 80 overall high elite potential. Of course he is. Of course he is. 80 overall high elite. Our guys we draft third stay at 77 for years. But their guys, they go to 80 right away. Yep. Oh, my goodness. Ridiculous. All right. Sorry, just looking at the standings one more time in the entire league. That put us 20th in the NHL. So help me if we win the draft lottery now. But 20th in the NHL. Power play of 26.5. We had a decent power play. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11th best power play in the NHL. Penalty kill 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The 5th best penalty kill in the NHL. But the worst record in the league in the last 10 games. And that's what did us in. Top 20. We're improving. Sim to playoffs. New Jersey makes the playoffs. Of course they do. After having the first overall pick. Sim to the awards now. Sean Watts. I could see us trading Watts and Oten in a deal for a pick. But do we have much on defense coming up? Not really. Actually, I could just update the scouting in the US. We had said I could do that. I'll pause once we get into May here. I find it takes a long time between months. Watson, yeah, he was good. Just he's so injury prone. That's when he was good. Staff. Rest of the world. I want to look at that a little bit. Anybody who dropped off? A little 130 in these low guys. Okay, let's take them out. Scout him. Actually, everyone else is good. Just want to get that 101 guy. Okay. The 101 guy. And you know what? Actually, this guy, we're going to say forget it. Let's scout this Italian. Mazzoni. In the USA. Watts would be a great bottom four defenseman if he's cheap. Yeah, I wouldn't mind keeping him. Just again, it's the injury proneness. Like we've been scouting him, but what have we learned? Not that much. These guys that we started scouting, like, is it worth it? I don't know. This guy jumped 915 rankings. This guy jumped 1,000. Sure, we'll scout them. And one last peek just at Canada. Anyone who's not being scouted who should be scouted? 176. Nah, it's okay. Actually, there were some randos who were being scouted, I saw. This guy, 341. You're out. Oh, these guys. Whoa. 732, 667. It's only going to be for like a month of scouting, but I think it's worth it. Come on. All right. Back to the top. Who isn't being scouted? There you go. Take him off. Let's scout this guy up 1,000 spots. Same for this guy. No. Take off this guy. Put this guy. All right. All for what, right? I don't know. Maybe we'll do something at the draft. Sim to the awards. This was a long one, man. 2.5 hours. Sheesh. This was a long one. Yeah. Mr. T wasn't wrong. Those donations going towards some roses is going to be a good idea for Lieutenant Tesora. All right, into June now. Stanley Cup winners. Let me guess. Ahonen and the Devils win the cup, right? After they had the first overall pick last year, they bounced back and win the cup. Let's see. Chicago won the cup last year. Buffalo wins the cup. Wow. Sabres are 2035 champs. And no other awards for us, sadly. Team awards, that is. Player awards, let's reveal also. The Sabres win the cup. It was the Sabres and the Predators. The Predators were in their second Stanley Cup final in 3 years, but lose again. RDP cheering in the streets. Yes, Chicago won their third consecutive President's Trophy. Daniil But won the Art Ross. Conn Smythe to Stützle. Burchild wins the Hart. Calder to Carson. Rocket to Matthews. Oates, James Norris. Oh, $1.49 super sticker. Whoa. Cagney, thank you very much. I can't see it, what the sticker was, but I can look on YouTube and see. I think so. On StreamYard doesn't show me. What's your super sticker? Oh, a beautiful rose. Oh, exactly. You're going to take a screenshot of that. I'll send that to the wife. Beautiful. Thanks, Cagney. It's very sweet of you. Very, very sweet of you. And it gets another entry. A rose for Tesora. And it gets you an entry into the created player raffle. Why not? Timmy Conn Smythe, not with Ottawa, hurts. I'm sorry, Hobbsy. A rose for Tesora. Let me add, before I forget. Sorry, give me a second. So Cagney, one more entry for you. And Mr. T, give him, that's, I think that's 10 entries. 5 then multiplied by 2. All right, what else? Selke to Anderson Yonk again. Vezina to this guy, Bergeron. Who is this guy? John Bergeron, 92 overall. 3rd round pick in 2028 with franchise potential. Okay. Retirements now. There's only so much leash that we can give these guys. A collapse like that, there's only so much leash they can have. Kyle Connor retires with 1,280 points. He'll be a Hall of Famer in the future. Morgan Riley. The caller went to that guy from the Lightning, yes. McAvoy, Morrissey, Aho, Gensel. Lots of big retirements there. And Brendan Hagel has a career-ending injury, sadly. Draft lottery. Here we go. Let's win the draft lottery and see the pick go to the Devils. Can't wait. New Jersey through Palermo. Here we go. Start lottery. Show me. Oh, thank goodness. New Jersey through Palermo. This is the year that the team that finishes last wins it? No, my goodness. What a big jump here. Edmonton jumps 2. Columbus jumps 5. Rangers drop from 1 to 3. Finally, not Palermo dropping 1 to 3. It's the Rangers dropping 1 to 3. And New Jersey will pick 14th with our pick that we traded to get Marini. Simmed the draft, and now here we are. Okay, now I promise I'm going to fix the staff as soon as we turn the stream off. I'll do that off screen. I mean, you know, if I'm just re-signing them, why not just be accountable and do it in front of all of you right now? There we go. 448. Thank you. Hold on. What's this? Oh, come on. Cagney. Hold on a second. Cagney says, I figure you didn't want a Rose 2, so here's this instead. Oh, Cagney, you're too kind. Going into the Valentine's Day Desora Fund. Cagney, thank you. That gets you, I believe we said that's 4 so times 2. That gets you 9 more entries. That means I should give Mr. T 6, so times 2, 12. Thank you very kindly, sir. 20 coming in from Cagney after a disappointing season, but we can all have some love. Very generous, everybody. Thank you. It's been exciting. You know, we've had that. I had the sponsorship on the last video. There's a video that's coming out, a guide video for college hockey that was sponsorship as well. So these sponsorships, yes, it's nice to make a few dollars, but what's even better is to say, I can now have, oh, and someone retires, that could it be someone retired? I now have, like, what's the word? Not an excuse, but like, I can dedicate more time to it since it's bringing in value, as opposed to, okay, it's bringing in 35 cents. I got to focus on my full-time job. Yes, I'm focusing on my full-time job, but I can put a bit more into whatever the YouTube stuff is. If it's sponsored and if it's bringing in revenue, that goes a very long way. We're not talking thousands of dollars, but little sponsors can add up. So let's see. We need a coach. It was Hunter who retired. Okay, so Tournier, Oates, Hunter retired. So now we need, sorry, let me look again. Yeah, defense, goalie. Defense and goalie are probably the biggest. Head of player development, Adam Burrows. Whoa. Do you want to hire Adam Burrows instead of Cedric Desjardins? I think so. Cedric Desjardins, you're out. That's crazy. Adam Burrows. What am I saying? Is it Adam Burrows? Alex Burrows. Alex Burrows with Learner 3 doesn't have Intel, but he had, or whatever one Cedric Desjardins had. We can fire him and get Cedric Desjardins back if you'd like. Is he not? It's a 55%. It's a 55% match. There's also Bordelot and even Dubinsky, not just Burrows. Who fits our team better? Alex Burrows is great on the defense. But Mike Knuble has an 85% fit. And it's also learned. Hold on. What did Cedric Desjardins have that we loved so much? Where's Cedric Desjardins? He had Prime. Okay, so we needed someone who has Prime. Bordelot, Dubinsky, Knuble, Duncan Keith, who we're trying to get into the Hall of Fame, Burrows, Barakowski, Graham. Okay, so these guys are all bums. Okay, so then forget it. We'll have to unlock it or something because it was hard to say no. 70% match versus 85% match. He's better at defense, better at offense, worse at goalie. Worse at power play, worse at penalty kill, worse at development, but big offense defense. Yeah. Okay, so let's go Mike Knuble for head of player development. And then our coach, not a head coach, maybe a guy like DeVries. What are we rebuilding? No, we're pretenders. Just give us everybody, all. You can say, so give us 85% and up. Who matches? Goalie. So Johnson, DeVries. Not as good on the penalty kill or development. 18-13. He's a head coach. Johnson? Maybe it's Johnson. That gives us only plus 0.6 on the power play and a 0 on the penalty kill. Yeah, I don't know if that works then. Leave me your coaching thoughts. Should we do anything with the coaching? Should we fire Johnson and get someone better at the penalty on the special teams? Oh, Crosby was out there? Ooh, keep that in mind. But I think, yeah, the move for Knuble makes sense. Now, active specialties on Knuble. If we could unlock Prime for him, that would be worth it. Specialty tree. Knuble has 2,000 experience, so we can unlock Prime. Yeah, no problem. So let me know your thoughts on that. We can keep Knuble, but then unlock Prime for him. And yeah, that makes sense. So let's save here, and we'll just take a peek at the draft and see what's possible, and then we'll call it a day. This was a long stream. What a season it was here in Palermo. So at the draft, we only pick in the second round at 30, maybe even 40 something. This is not going to be a heavy draft for us, but we'll have the later picks. And are we going to be trading Oten? Yeah, that's also an idea. So if we go to the draft, we're not picking until 47. So 47, 80, etc. Those are our picks. If we were to say that we're looking to trade, this is an old trade. What's this doing here? If we're considering trading Oten, would there be an interest for Oten? I'm sure. Oten, teams would give us a second. So maybe a couple seconds. Oh, 2 seconds and a third from Florida. Like, would there be a team that gives us a first? Like, Florida, would you give me the 16th overall pick, let's say, instead? Remove. No. Would there be a team that gives us a late first? Is there any teams with a couple firsts in here? New Jersey, I don't want to trade with New Jersey anymore. I don't know. Winnipeg, let's say. If we gave Winnipeg Oten, does that add up at all? Probably not. Highest first on the block might be possible. The package including Oten. Maybe if it's Oten plus. Oten and a third. Something like that would go through. So do we want to trade Oten and a third for a first? Or just trade Oten for like 2 seconds and a third? That would be the question. And then if we do make picks later on, anyone who stands out later in the draft, this guy Harris, we might want to target Harris with one of those second round picks if he's still there. Or Barrett, Warren, one of the goalies there. Ooh, Mukmadzanov. Interesting. There's a Sedin. Mikhail Sedin, no relation. Yeah, those are ideas for us. So ladies and gentlemen, that'll be up to you in the comments down here on YouTube or over in the Discord server, link in the description. What do we do for next Monday? That'll be the 16th that we go. First, because we don't need quantity anymore. Potentially, yeah, depends on who's the guy that we'd be going for and targeting with that first. If we look down here around this area, who we'll be looking at to go after. That'll be up to the AGMs to think about. Thanks for being here, everybody. Leave a like if you haven't already. And of course, subscribe to be aware of all of our uploads here on the channel. We have our live streams Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, Red Wings franchise mode, new College Hockey 26 guide walkthrough will be coming out soon as well. I want Mook just so Data has to pronounce it. That's the reason I don't want that guy. Thanks for being here, everybody. Have a great rest of your Monday evening. We'll be live Wednesday as we continue our Blue Jays series on MLB The Show 25, getting close to MLB The Show 26 coming soon. Yeah, lots of exciting things going on here in the channel in the month of February. I look forward to having a chance to continue on in Palermo, where we're going to be saying, okay, playoff expectations now. Postseason bound is a question mark, but next year for year 11, I think it is not just, I think we might make it, is that we should make it. That is the expectation, and that's what we will have to do. All right. Good night, everybody. Thanks for being here. Take good care. Stay active. Sleep well, and good night.